Welcome to part two. Let's take a closer look at this prompt. Authors use text structure to present their ideas more clearly and interestingly. Analyze three transitions in the article Future of Space Exploration Could See Humans on Mars, Alien Planets, and use evidence from the text to support your answer. Well, this is just the background. So while it does give us important information, I don't think we can technically use it as part of the structure of the text itself. All right, an inclusive journey, though, that little quotation, that's something that seems to tell us a little something about what's going on. It's definitely part of the structure. All right, so I'm going to put that in the middle. Well, it has to be an inclusive journey, right? But also includes artists and science fiction writers, right? It has to include others, right? Include, inclusive. But we have a linking of ideas here. So I'm going to say this directly relates, right? Here we have these links of numbers like we annotated earlier. So I think you could use that linking of numbers and distances here, definitely linking ideas for sure. Plus, they use a quote right there at the end, which can also introduce new ideas, right? Which they do in paragraphs 11 through 13. They do introduce those new ideas. So I think this one absolutely could help us write our TDA. So let's get into it. Authors use text structure to present their ideas more clearly and interestingly. Analyze three transitions. Three transitions. Three transitions in the article Future of Space Exploration could see humans on Mars, alien planets. Sorry. Are include and establish context, quotations, and paraphrases. I think that'll kind of get us there. But let's just say we go with one and two. Establish context, quotations, and paraphrases. All right, let's just go with one, two, and three. What are we going to write about first? All right, well, let's find one of the transitions. Let's go back. I like this quote here towards the end. To get there, Jemison emphasized that everyone must be involved in the process. I like that. I think that transitions the idea, and it also it summarizes what they've been saying up to this point, that it has to be an inclusive system. That's the quote right at the beginning, right? An inclusive journey. So let's go with that inclusive journey bit, that bit of context, right? So that quotation. So established. Let's go include a quotation. Let's write about that quotation. So that's our prompt turned into a thesis, right? Right. The prompt is saying analyze three transitions in the article. Okay. And then our thesis is saying what those three transitions will be. Thesis. Oh boy. Thesis. Right, and then we've got our topic sentence. It's going to look exactly like our thesis, except for we're only going to talk about one transition at a time, and that gets its own body paragraph. And, one transition in the article includes a quotation. We can get back to what two and three would be later. All right, so let's give a little bit of context and background. Mae Jemison is a famous scientist and astronaut. During an interview, she is arguing that the public should be more involved in space exploration. She stresses that this is important, and author of the article includes a quotation to help reinforce her argument. Let's go get her quotation. An inclusive journey. It has to be an inclusive journey, she said. Let's get that all. Quote, dialogue, it to be an inclusive journey. Period. And dialogue. In quotation, Control A, Control X. All right, back to this. What was that? Okay. Yeet. Let's get that quote there. It has to be an inclusive journey. This quotation reminds the reader that the article is exploring Jemison's ideas. If she had less optimistic ideas about space travel, then she might not urge the public to take up the cause. The author's structural choice to include a quotation helps to support her argument for interstellar. All right. That means we've got our topic sentence, we've got some context, we've got our quotation, our evidence, and our explanation. Now, for those other two quotations, let me give you a quick clue. Right there underneath are some suggested quotations. You can certainly pause your screen and focus on those, or you can go back and find yourself. The article is short enough for you to do that. Then afterwards, you can go ahead and let me know where you're at in the process at the end of class today. Are you still reading the prompt? Maybe you're done. Maybe there's a soft skill issue and you've really got to get started tonight. All right, you grade yourself. Oh, I think I answered the prompt just perfectly, you might say, right? Did I answer the prompt? I sure did. I used the exact language of the prompt. Do I have 5 paragraphs? Well, I didn't earlier. I only had 2, right? The thesis and the first body paragraph, so I can't give myself full credit there. Do I have a thesis? I do. Do I have a topic sentences and a body paragraph to go with it? Did I use this noun verb after a quote? I did. Did I use the word important? No, but I did use if and then. Should be okay. Do I have 3 relevant quotations? I do. I just got to put the other 2 in paragraphs. Do I close out my body paragraph with a transition word or phrase? I think the phrase following a conditional sentence can definitely be useful in getting us to the next idea, and talking explicitly about structure. Mentioning that prompt explicitly really helps. Do I use important words, phrases, or context from the essay? Oh yeah, I use exact quotes. You know it. Do I have separate paragraphs? Is my grammar correct? When I read it on Vocaroo, does it make sense? It does. Yay.